Go ahead, Infinite.
What's up, my name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Prod by Infinite. And today, I'm going to show y'all how I would make a beat for P-Lo. Now, quick disclaimer. If you're looking for like a step-by-step copy P-Lo word for word, bar for bar, you know what I mean? This ain't the tutorial for you. This is making a beat that's within that realm. You feel me? So y'all already heard the beat preview, so that's just a little disclaimer that I wanted to throw out there. You know what I mean? So if you're looking just to copy same squad, just click off the video. But we're making something that's within that style. You feel me? So let's start off with the very first sound that I made in this beat, which is this right here, the bass line. So when you're making beats that primarily focus around the bass line, I like making the bass line first. And what I like to do is I'll literally just make one bar, like a pattern in one bar that's really catchy, and then I'll copy it over so we have a 4-bar pattern, and then I'll just make slight differences on them. You know what I mean? So as you can see, this one right here and this one right here are the same thing. You know what I mean? I just added one extra note right here. You know what I mean? Then we went back to the first one, and then we got that second one. We pasted it over here, but then we just kind of added a little bit of stuff right here. So that's really one of the tricks to making your melodies repetitive and catchy without having it be annoying. You feel me? And bland. Because for these P-Lo styled beats, you definitely want to go for something that's really repetitive and catchy, but it's really easy to overdo the repetitiveness and make it like annoying to the point where you don't even want to listen to the song no more. So that's a little trick that I like to do to make sure that my patterns don't get like too boring. You feel me? All right, and then here is what the bass sounds like by itself. Oh, also actually, before we even do that, this bass is a one shot within the E-Trizzle kit. I'll put like a little picture of it right here real quick just so y'all know what it looks like and everything like that. You can go on E-Trizzle's website or his BeatStars, find it there. Amazing drum kit. If you're getting into West Coast sounds, highly recommend it. Now this is what the bass sounds like by itself. So another slept on tip for making like these bass lines and everything like that I found works out really well is to use the very first note that's within the scale. So we're in F minor. We're in F sharp minor. So I put the first note right here on F sharp minor, and then I dropped it down to the first half step. You know what I mean? Where, I don't know if I said that right. And then I dropped the next notes down to the first notes that are adjacent to each other within the scale. So for instance, it'll go F right here, and then we're going to mess with D and C sharp because they're right next to each other. They're adjacent to each other. You feel me? So I noticed that when you jump from the first one to those two like adjacent notes in the scale, it definitely helps out within the with creating that sound. You feel me? You could probably even do it like going up too. Yeah, that works. So that's one of the things that really helps with these bass lines is start with the root note and then jump to where like the notes are adjacent to each other in the scale, and that will generally help get that sound down for you. You can also pitch this up an octave and really get that P-Lo sound, where you do like the synth bass like this. You know what I mean? But I personally just like it down just because it gives like a cool, interesting texture to everything. You know what I mean? I just think it sounds cool like that. You feel me? And then next for the melodies, I opened up SRX strings. I believe this is just the default preset, the Epic strings. Yeah, it is. And I just did this little string run right here. This is just to add like a little bit of ear candy, you know what I mean, a little bit of individuality without the beat. You feel me? And this is what it sounds like by itself. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to go too crazy with the melodies because I wanted the bass line to be the focal point of the whole beat. You know what I mean? That's usually what Pilo will be doing, bro. Like, he'll have other melodies going on or other sound effects like whistles and like literally anything going out throughout the beat. But the main point is always the bass. So I always start with the bass, and then I'll just add like little melodies and ear candy here and there. And then for the last melody, I just went into expand. I got the Storytell lead, and I just drenched it in reverb. Just threw a whole bunch of reverb on it. Like, I just turned it down a lot and just look at all the reverb on here, bro. You don't believe me? Look at how much reverb that is. That's so much reverb. But I felt like it was okay to use that much reverb because there's no chords taking up that space. You know what I mean? So just to kind of create more atmosphere and fill up more space and everything like that. You know what I mean? I felt like it would be okay to use the reverb like that. So this is the lead, and this is what it sounds like by itself. All right, quick thing to notice is that at the end of the bars, before it repeats over and everything like that, because, you know, like this right here is the same as this right here. What I did was just put one note at the end, just so it kind of like transitions over smoothly and makes it kind of like more bouncy. So for the first one, I put it up an octave just because I thought it sounded cool. But the second one, I put it down an octave because we're going from the B and then we're going back to F sharp when it loops over. So since it's looping over from B to F sharp, just so it's not just like this big note change, I put the note right here octave down so it kind of like eases you back into the loop, and I feel like it loops better like that. You know what I mean? Because we could definitely just do it like this and have it be like, you know what I mean? Or we could just put it down an octave. And I feel like when the notes are kind of closer together, when they're looping over and everything like that, I feel like it ends up looping over better. You feel me? Just because I feel like the transition is a little bit smoother. So that's why I did that right there. Now, the drums. The part everyone was waiting for. Quick little schmop snap from exclusive second drum kit. The 1 to S kick from the My kit. Super powerful kick. Really crucial for beats like this because you need everything to be slapping, bro. A little open hat. I just put it on 2 of the hits for the kicks just because I think it kind of accents things differently than what we're used to hearing. So makes it sound kind of cool and everything like that when the kicks are hitting. Just a regular old open hat. That one's from the Juice drum kit. Also, if y'all be asking me like, oh, what drum kit did you use? Like, bro, I be using different type of drum kits, bro. You gotta be more specific. Be like, oh, what drum kit did you do? Like, bro, I use like 5 different ones. What do you want me to say? I use the E-Trizzle one, and I use the Juice one, and I use the exclude and the you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be more specific when y'all asking questions, bro. Be like, oh, where's that hi-hat from? Oh, easy, I can tell you that. Super easy, bam. But then when you're like, what drum kit did you use? I'm like, bro, I don't want to list like 7 different drum kits, bro. I don't even know like that, bro. But if you ask us one sound, I mean, it's easy. You feel me? Then I went into exclusive trench bounce drum kit. Got this little hi-hat right here. Yeah, I mean, it's been my go-to hi-hat for a minute. And I went to the Slap City hi-hat MIDI kit, volume 3, over 100, not over, it's exactly 100 hi-hat MIDI files, all West Coast based for the most part, you feel me? Just makes it super easy for you to produce and make beats like way quicker and everything like that, because once you get like the kick, the clap, and the hi-hat in on top of the melody and everything like that, you're basically done. You just got to throw in a couple sound effects and arrange and you're done. You know what I mean? So it takes out a huge part, and they're all like really unique and sound really cool too. So the one that I specifically used is called Drillin'. It's 100 BPM, but that's the recommended BPM. It doesn't have to be 100 BPM. So I just did this, right click, send to the selected channel or focus plugin, and then it brings in to where the hi-hat is, And what I did was I just kind of like simplified it a little bit. I just kind of like took out some of the sounds like this, and everything like that. Just because with these preload beats, you want to make sure it's really simple. So I wanted to make sure the hi-hats weren't doing too much. You know what I mean? Like depending on the beat that you're doing, sometimes you want more busy hi-hats and sometimes you want more simple hi-hats. Like sometimes for a Mozzie type beat, like the older ones where it's like real grimy, it makes sense to use really busy hi-hats because that's what the style was. But with a preload type beat, or even like an all black type beat, you would want to keep more simple hi-hats. And then I threw in a little stomp right here. This one is from the E-Trizzle drum kit. You know what I mean? It sounds cool. I think it adds like a cool amount of bounce and everything like that. And then threw in a little 808 pattern. And with the 808 pattern, I tried using a lot of the same notes that I use for the synth bass, because since I was switching from synth bass to 808, I wanted to make sure the patterns weren't too different and the notes weren't too different. So I kind of just kept it around the same guideline. You know what I mean? So as you can see, we're starting on the root note right here. And then we're kind of like, boom, hitting that little adjacent note thing that I was talking about. And boom. And you know what I mean? I'm still sticking within that range and everything like that. The only part where I kind of went outside that range was when I put these two notes right here. But that's like, you know what I mean? Gotta add a little bit of flair, you feel me? Sometimes it's not really that cool to just copy and paste. You gotta add like a little bit of, you know what I mean, a little bit of sprinkle me man type shit. Alright, and then this is what the 808 sound like by itself. Oh wait, sorry, I totally forgot to mention. 808 is from the Try Freeze drum kit. Free drum kit. It's called ATL Culture. You can download it on YouTube right now. Amazing. A lot of great sounds in there. I highly recommend it. It has some of my favorite 808s in it. And then for the 808, just to like really make it like slap, you feel me? I just turned up the out knob, went to the pre-computed effects. I just turned up the EQ knob. When you turn it up to the right, it boosts up the low end. When you turn it over to the left, it boosts up the high end. And then for the mixer channel on the 808, because you know everyone always asks to mix 808s and everything like that. So all I did for the mixer channel was just take out some of the high end, because this specific 808 has like this high-end click thing to it. I don't know how to explain it, but like you'll hear it. Watch. You know what I mean? That little high-end thing. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, so I usually just EQ it out. Just do something like that. You know what I mean? You can still hear it, but once you're in the context of the whole beat with like the kick and the hi-hat and the melodies and everything like that, you don't really hear it like that. And then last but not least, I went to the Foundation drum kit, which is a free drum kit that y'all can download right now that I put out myself. You feel me? And I got this little hit right here. You know what I mean? So this one is automatically tuned to C. So I pitched it down 600 cents so it could be at F sharp. You know what I mean? Because like the beat's in F sharp. So if I have like a hit going on, I usually want it to be on the root note of the beat. So that's why I pitched it down 600, so it's at F sharp specifically. And that's the beat for the most part, you know what I mean? Like, if you really want to make these beats, that's all you really got to do. You just got to make a cool little bass line. Do that first. Boom, 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 you know what I mean? Something like that. And then you start laying down some simple drums, you know, catch yourself a little bounce and everything like that. And then just add like little ear candy melodies, nothing too crazy. Like as you can see here, this is a very achievable beat. Not achievable, but like this is a very realistic beat that a lot of people can make because it doesn't require a lot of music theory. You know what I mean? It's mostly a drum focused beat. You know what I mean? So like there's no chords in here, there's no main melody and everything like that. It's really just a very catchy bass line. And then you just add like little ear candy here and there. In all honesty, you don't even have to like do the strings and the lead and everything like that. You can just get like little sound effects like this. You know what I mean? And just sprinkle those throughout the beat too. You know what I mean? So things like this are very achievable because, you feel me, it doesn't require heavy music theory. You know what I mean? You don't have to use loops. Because I know some people be feeling weird about that. And you don't have to have like heavy music theory, so beats like this can really be to your advantage because they're much easier to make. They're more drum focused, you feel me? And they still go hard, they still get placed and everything like that, and I'm sure they still sell too. So with that being said, my name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Pod by Infinite. Peace out.